if you're not keeping your new starters for very long or your key hires.
What some of the undertone and the undercurrent of conversation is with your people.
Your strategy requires innovation, but your culture punishes failure.
If your values are not orienting people to behave in a certain way, they're kind of worthless.
Everyone's doing stuff, but no one's doing stuff that matters.
If people stop engaging in those initiatives or they obviously tell you it's not good, that's helpful.
I suggested an idea last time, it didn't really happen. Why would I bother?
The larger the organization, you see more and more disconnection between the layers. So there might be a great relationship with the line manager, but a huge disconnection with the manager above that. I think my favorite one I see, I don't know if favorite's the right word, is lots of activity. Everyone's busy, but no progress. Everyone's doing stuff, but no one's doing stuff that matters, or it's stuff that's going in 7 different directions.
That metric manipulation. So when teams, they're hitting their numbers, but then the heart and soul of the organization is flat. So I'd always give advice to people leaders that your strategy requires innovation, but your culture punishes failure. When you have that structural misalignment, there's no engagement initiative can fix that. So
you can keep a post-it note on your desk somewhere around there, and you can just keep it as a tally and just keep a tally of how frequently new ideas are volunteered openly to you. And it can be confronting. When I ran this test for myself a couple of years ago, weeks went by where I realized hey, I've got an empty post-it note here. And it's not because people in my team don't have great ideas. It's in all the assumed stuff. Drew's too busy. I suggested an idea last time. It didn't really happen. Why would I bother?
If you're not keeping your new starters for very long or your key hires. And when I say key hires, I'm like those people that if everyone dropped off the face of the earth, but you needed to keep the company running, what's happening with those people? Are they sticking around? And your long termers, obviously. There's some really good levers to understanding the culture. If you're anything like Sharesies, we really do like to get sentiment semi-regularly from people. So if people stop engaging in those initiatives or they obviously tell you it's not good, that's helpful.
It's too late. These people have walked out the door. You've lost that knowledge. You're having to replace them. You're bearing the cost of all those sorts of things. I really think your listening as an organization needs to be on point. And it doesn't have to be always something that's done from a system perspective. It can really just be something as simple as understanding what some of the undertone and the undercurrent of conversation is with your people and making sure that you are consciously gathering.
If you are not getting the results you need, is it a lack of collaboration at the team level? Is it a lack of clarity or coordination of work? I think that's where you start from is and ultimately what you want is your behaviors to drive the business outcomes. And this kind of gets into the value space. But if your values are not orienting people to behave in a certain way, they're kind of worthless. They're not helping you get your business outcomes.
I might actually say that the culture doesn't need to align with the strategy. The culture is part of the strategy. So that you don't you don't create a strategy without consideration of the culture. And Oz Harvest has part of our strategy is around our culture. So that is actually part of our work.